know it's been a long time for you.
Yes.
You remember how this worked?
Yep.
You sure?
Let's go get them.
All right. What's going on, YouTube? It's Kevin and Dennis, and we are back with a new video after a long time of Dennis not being on the show. Mikkel cannot be here today, but for those who are watching, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched the previous video from Monday. If you did not watch Monday's video, I want you guys to go check it out. A lot of people have been saying they haven't been getting their notifications. If you're not getting notifications from us, we upload videos every Tuesday and every Friday. Just check on the channel, and I try to have the videos up by 12 p.m. If the video isn't flagged, it might take longer, but if the video isn't flagged, it might even just go up right away. But they'll definitely be up on Tuesdays and Thursdays before 12 p.m. And also, click the bell to turn your notification on, so that way when we upload a video, you will see whatever notification. Like if you are a member, I post stuff all the time, so you'll get notifications for everything that is the Scorpion Show related on YouTube. So those who are watching us for the first time, please click the subscribe button. If you've been watching us and you have not even subscribed, click on the subscribe button. To everyone watching, click the like button and share this video on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you choose to share this video. And before we get into the topics, there will be a Scorpion Show podcast, and Dennis will be on the podcast as well. We haven't even talked about stuff yet, but we got some topics. So make sure that you download the Scorpion Show podcast wherever you get podcasts, or you can click on the link in the more info box or in the comments box for the link to listen to the Scorpion Show podcast. And Dennis, you have been off this channel, or you've been away since that time we was all in the dining room, I think.
It's been that long?
It's been that long. So that's all of 2018.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That's like, was that last year? Probably when we was in the dining room, me, you, Dennis, Diggy, and Mikkel.
That was like probably 2016, 2017.
Oh my God.
That was like a New Year's or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
It was countdown to the New Year.
Right.
So
It definitely was a long time ago.
2017 going into 2018, I think.
Well, what have you been up to since then?
Working hard, like just working, taking care of home, and living life. You know, when life happens, it happens. But everything's been good. I'm blessed. I can't complain about anything.
That's good. That's good. So
Thanks for welcoming me back.
Yes. Well, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta get somebody to come on today. I called one person. He's like, oh, I'm somewhere, and I was like, all right. So I'm not even going to send the invitation. And I had text both of you at the same time. So then you told me where you had to be, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I could get him on, because I could record by myself, but I like having another person there. So I'm glad you were able to come through. So we're going to talk about the Basketball Wives reunion that was last night. I watched the Basketball Wives reunion today because I wasn't watching last night. I watched it today on YouTube. I don't know how to be getting them on YouTube, but it's on YouTube. I just feel like that Basketball Wives reunion was a mess. It was a mess from the beginning to the end. I don't understand why there's going to be a part 2. And I think the reason why they're doing this part 2 because they really want to talk about the colorism issue. Because, you know, Shawnee is trying to protect her pockets right now.
And her image and her personality, her whole brand.
Yeah, it's just, Basketball Wives as a whole to me right now is a bad look. I don't want to stop nobody's bags. I just feel like this show needs to end. This show should just come to an end because you have a bunch of women in their late 30s, 40s, and early 50s just on TV acting a fool and acting like they are in high school. You guys are not in high school anymore. And I feel like the fights that they be having, it's not even worth fighting for and beefing over and, oh, but you said this and you didn't admit to this, and like it's just way too much. So we're going to talk about this reunion. It started out with Mark Lamont Hill, who is too good to be on the Basketball Wives reunion. You know, he was hosting the show, and they started out, he started talking to the girls.
But you know, he been hosting the reunion
for the past couple of years, ever since they got rid of John Sally. And you know, they open up talking about like they don't feel comfortable around OG and they don't want to, you know, they don't want to do the show with her. And he goes over to her and he goes talking to OG, talking about, you know, the girls don't feel comfortable with you recording. I mean, you know, sitting with them, so they want you to record from like a remote area and not be out there with the girls. And OG was like, well, if I can't sit out there, then I'm not doing the show. It's no reason for me to be here. And CC was riding with OG. If OG ain't going out there, I'm not going out there. So they made it seem like, for me, it felt like CC wasn't there from the jump. OG was just fighting with them, and then they put her to another room. But they just was like, no, we don't want her out here with us, you know, period. Like, she can't sit with us because she threatened this person, she threatened that person, and when the camera's not on, she's just a bad, like she's so threatening. And, you know, what McKellen and I was talking about on Monday is how can they feel so threatened by OG when you have people like Tammy who will cut you, like beat you down real quick, and Evelyn who will grab a bottle and throw it at you, or grab a glass, jump on the table. You got Malaysia throwing tables. It's like all of these girls are crazy. So now OG is the worst cast member out of the history of the Basketball Wives franchise. Come on. And I was getting mad watching it because, you know, I mean, Mark, he going back and forth. Oh, well, Jackie, I need you to talk to her, and I need you to do this, and I need you to do that. You are the host. That's not even your job to get everybody out there. Shawnee is the main one that need to be trying to get everybody on the same page.
But she acted like she didn't want to be in there.
Yeah, she didn't want to be there. Like her whole thing with Jennifer. You know what? I was kind of siding with Jennifer, but Jennifer, it is not your place to talk about what somebody else's husband did. Now, Shawnee can do all of that. And if you want to chime in, you chime in while he's the topic of the conversation and who he might have messed around with. But that's not for you to bring that up. And what you did, you was being shady in that moment. And you were wrong in that moment. And you refused to sit in it. You know, to say that you were wrong, you know, I was wrong. All you had to do is just apologize and say, you know what, Shawnee, you know what, you're right. I was wrong. I was out of line for doing that. Evelyn, like, you've been fighting with everybody. First of all, Evelyn done fought with everybody since she's been back.
Yeah. They bullied the girl, plastic surgery, and from so on and so on. See, this is where I'm going to chime in at. I feel like they need to throw the whole fucking cast away. From Malaysia to Shawnee, Evelyn, and Preston. Throw all them bitches away. I just can't. It just burns me up how they just treat OG. And I feel like if we want to talk about the reunion, we have to go back and talk about at least the last 2 episodes. They wasn't ready for a bitch like OG, because OG stood her ground against all of them, and they was not ready. So now all of a sudden they feeling threatened. Oh, she's violent. Only thing she did was talk about what she can do, not what she will do, but what she can do. Now all y'all want to band together and be like, listen, we all gonna come together. If we all say we don't feel comfortable with OG, then they're gonna have to cast OG aside. And they just trying to cast her away, but OG didn't do anything to none of them. OG is the underdog. I'm team OG, and I never liked Shawnee, and I never liked Evelyn, and I don't like, but I respected Shawnee as a businesswoman. But after watching this season, I have zero respect for her, because I can't believe how she can sit back and never reprimand Evelyn or speak on Evelyn's behavior,
right? But
can speak on OG's mouth. Evelyn got the worst, you know, behavior on the show. And it just burnt me up how she could not speak on that or speak up, but you want to reprimand this person. And then Malaysia was never the mean girl. Malaysia's being the mean girl. Malaysia was one of my favorites. Now she's not even my favorite no more.
Because I think that they all trying to fit in this circle. Like, everybody wants to be a part. And Kristen is the one that screams, like, please just take me in, take me under your wing. Please love me. Like, I'm tired of her talking about the father. I'm tired of her fighting with CC. It's just like, and then there was a point in the season where they all was sitting together, and you know they was trying to make it work, and it just like she just irked me, and there came a point where I just stopped watching this show because I was getting mad at all of the dumb stuff that was going on this show.
I can't believe the dynamics. I cannot believe the dynamics.
And the people that you, I'm sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, like, the people that you expect not to be friends, like Jackie and Evelyn. Why are y'all like y'all friends all of a sudden? And but you know, and then Evelyn said stuff about your daughter, but now y'all cool.
They fake friends.
Yeah, and Jackie, but what's her name?
They're going along to get along.
Yeah. Jennifer says something. Oh, now you want to hold it. Oh, because you knew her whole life, and your mom is dead, and now you a bitch, and like all of that stuff. Like, Evelyn likes to be a mean girl. She likes that. But what did Iyanla tell you a long time ago? This is going to cost you. And now it's costing her. Mm-hmm. And Evelyn says a lot of racial slurs out of her mouth. You call Cece Ling Ling. You posted an orangutan of not. You posted an orangutan emoji
in reference to OG.
OG, and then OG called you out on it. And, you know, it's been a big thing now. Now you want to call yourself Afro-Latina. I've never heard you say you're Afro-Latina. And, yeah, your children, they might have African heritage, too, by the men that you've been with or had children with. But still, you can still be racist or say racist things and have children of African, you know, descent. You can still be that way. Now, do I think that Evelyn is a full-fledged racist? No. But do I think she said some racial things? Yes. So it's like, this is you. You got to sit in it. You did it. Own it. Apologize for it. But that's what you won't do. And now you want to be throwing these lawsuits against OG. You're suing her. No, you're suing her because you're saying that you lost out on deals because of her calling you a racist. And then you went out and put out a temporary restraining order, and you lost that case. That was thrown out today. So I'm like, where do you go from here now, Evelyn? The restraining order didn't work.
She's just digging a hole deeper and deeper for herself for people not to like her.
Yeah, and I doubt that this lawsuit is going to work out in your favor. And the other dumb stuff I seen on the show with Jackie and Phoebe, and like, who is she? Why is she even sitting on the couch? I thought she was just like a friend of the show. But she got a spot on the couch, but OG didn't. Tammy ain't had time for the bullshit, so they made up something where Tammy had to she wasn't feeling well, and she didn't want to be on, she wasn't feeling well, so she couldn't be there. Tammy is tired of this show. Tammy is tired of every year. Some years she's the bad guy, some years she's not the bad guy. But this time, Tammy has just been done. Tammy was done ever since she left in the middle of the season to say, you know what, this is my last show. I'm done. I'm married. She already felt like the girls didn't care about her marriage, or the girls was all up in her business. Tammy didn't want to be around them. Tammy didn't want to give her energy to this show anymore. And I respect Tammy for walking away, knowing it was time for her to get away from the show.
No, that's growth.
Yes.
That's growth.
Yes.
People looking at her, oh, Tammy thinks she's too good for the show. No, Tammy grown, and she don't want to be around here smacking bitches, throwing tables, hitting people with bottles. And sometimes you have to move from an environment that bring out a certain aspect of you. So I respect Tammy for that. I love Tammy for that. And I'm so glad that OG can look to Tammy, and Tammy is coddling OG, because OG stood her ground, but it's good to know that somebody, got my back. I can lean on somebody.
Yeah, now the thing that I missed out on, because I haven't really been seeing all of this on social media, with OG and Chad, and OG posting like receipts and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, what happened was Evelyn kept calling OG ugly. OG whole thing is, if I'm ugly, your ex-husband liked me, slid my DM, and he wanted me. So if I'm ugly,
oh, wow.
So her whole thing is, if I'm ugly, what that makes you, because your husband wanted me, and he also had you. So that was her comparison. Now, OG wasn't right in that situation, but she wasn't the bad guy or wrong. It was rebuttal. It was rebuttal from an attack. When you're attacked, you're going to defend yourself. You're going to scratch back. You're going to hit back. You're going to hit below your belt. OG just didn't come out of nowhere and be like, oh, Chad wanted me. No, Evelyn tried to come for her. And back to the restraining order, if Evelyn want to get a restraining order. I feel like Cece need to get a restraining order against Evelyn because Evelyn ran behind this lady and tried to attack her.
Yeah.
Then guess what? Evelyn bust her ass on that ground looking stupid. The contradictory of these ladies and of this show, it burns me up. Kevin can be the first one to tell you I am a fair person when it comes to judging and reprimanding. Kevin is one of my, I only have one of two best friends. And 90% of the time, I'm not on his side when he does stuff wrong. Like, I'm like, Kevin, you was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. I can't stand beside Kevin and see him do something wrong, but act like he's not doing wrong and just be on his side. Like, I don't have that kind of heart. Like, my conscience would kill me for supporting him when he's wrong. I love him to death. And not all the time will I tell him he's wrong in front of people, but I pull him to the side or call him and it's just me and him and like, because that's what you're supposed to do to your friends and stuff like that. You don't reprimand them in front of people. They're not kids, but you pull their coattail. I pull Kevin coattail all the time. And I just can't stand people that sit around their friends and family and watch them do wrong, but don't call them on it. But all of y'all want to sit together and band together and come against OG when all of y'all on that couch, excluding Shawnee, have thrown something, picked up something, and bullied somebody. OG has done none of that. Only thing OG has done was fight with her words. Yeah. And they wasn't ready for a bitch like OG.
Yeah, but what made me mad also is OG, your husband or your boyfriend, whoever he is, your fiance, he should have stayed out of it. He shouldn't have said nothing. Because he is a man. This is your business. You're well enough to defend your man's honor on your own. He shouldn't have been arguing with them because now he looks like the fool, or he looks like he's willing to get down and dirty with women, and that's just not cool.
Agreed. I thought that when I seen it. I thought that when I seen it. But before we get off basketball, we have to talk about Fake B, aka Phoebe.
Oh wow, what happened?
That is one punk ass bitch. She talks all this talk throughout the whole season. And what a lot of people don't know is when you're doing reality shows, because people think people be going back telling no, but when you're on a reality show and me and Kevin do a scene and we talk about something, we have to go back and talk about what we talked about. Kevin have to go back to the collective and talk about what we talked about, whether it's repeating what I said or not, and vice versa. So every time Phoebe is around people, she's talking. She's talking about Tammy. She's talking about OG. Like, she's just talking. I feel like she came into the show wrong anyway, because she came in, picking sides and running her mouth and talking. But every time somebody confronted her about it, she denied it. She lied about it. I can't respect anybody that don't back up what they say or stand in what they say. Like, Phoebe needs to be off the show because she don't have a backbone. She's a coward. She's a punk. She don't have a backbone, and she's fake. Yeah. So she needs to go. I can't stand Phoebe.
And I was upset with Shawnee having that fake little moment where she got up from the set and left. Like, it wasn't even that heated what you and Jennifer was talking about. Like, she said what she said, you said what you said, and now you're leaving. Like, they all creating this drama on this show. It's not, I'm just done. I can't, don't look for me to talk about Basketball Wives next season. I barely talked about it this season, but I really wanted to talk about it because everyone has been asking our opinion and wanting to hear what we got to say.
I honestly feel like had you followed the season and watched the season, you would have more to say on top of a lot what you have to say, because the season was just crazy how CC and OG were treated. Granted, nobody on this show was innocent, but at the end of the day, the way that they tried to exile them and treat them is just like ridiculous.
Like, I knew it was getting bad to the point when when Byron had to make Instagram videos talking about what was going on, what's true and what's not true. Like, that's when I knew, like, it's really getting bad.
Yeah, and then Kristen, she just wouldn't let up. Like, she would create moments and wanted moments, but
it's like being a friend on somebody in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you wanting that peach so bad because you want to be in that clique. Like, you're willing to do anything, and that's what Kristen is willing to do. And I'm just tired of seeing Malaysia's family act the fool on camera, and and I really would love to see Malaysia and OG go at it, because Malaysia was talking about, well, if she hits her, it's on and all that. I would have loved to see it. But
Malaysia, you're not that girl. It's so funny because Malaysia, I think Malaysia had like a couple fights on the show. The first season she had a fight. She
Yeah,
beat
with,
up Laura. She beat
Laura
Laura up. Like,
yeah.
you know, all these people that got physical and fought, and I just can't stand people that take sides. It burns me up for people that take sides. And you know, OG isn't innocent, but at the end of the day, OG got more character than all these women, because guess what? She stood her ground, and she was friends with Cece, and she stood by Cece's side. She had Cece back. And because of that, now she's the bad guy. Now she's the one with the target on her back. But even then, she's still staying strong, and she still keep her head above water. And if there's a next season, and I heard that there was a next season, I hope that she comes back, because she's the only one that didn't fall into the clique and be like a little cat and follow behind them. She, you know, she stood and walked in her own light, and she believed in what she said. And she was really probably like the only one that said something and was able to repeat it and stand in what she said and stand in what she did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just ready for Basketball Wives to be done. I'm ready for them to move on to better things. Like, even when Shawnee had her show, I guess it was too positive, but I liked it.
She had 2 seasons of it.
Yeah, but you know how they be getting rid of shows like that, like I really liked. And in the beginning, I thought I was going to be able to get into this show this season, because you know they be showing his son after the surgery, like everything was good. But of course, you got your little drama, but I felt like they was going a little bit too far with a lot of this stuff, especially with how they isolated Jennifer. And nobody wanted to be around her and record around her, and she got to be begging to everybody. And I'm sorry for this, and I'm sorry for that. And
but you know what?
It just made me mad.
Jennifer working on herself.
She brings a lot of stuff on herself, but you know what? They all just like picking on people, because they've all said shit about other people or said stuff about other people on the show, and ain't nobody isolate them or say, well, you can't be with me, you can't record with me until you record. They pick and they choose their battles. They know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. Point blank. And I'm just tired of the show. That's why I stick to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I stick to Married to Medicine, because it's good drama, and I like it because these women got stuff going on for themselves, and they got drama within them.
And you can see, I love that on Married to Medicine, that you see them in their office at their practices,
right?
You know, doing work on people. Dr. Jackie with the moms and the big. Like, I love that aspect of it.
And all you see is Basketball Wives. They ain't doing shit. All they do is they gonna meet up at a restaurant to go argue and fight. Like, ain't nobody at work except for Shawnee showing off her businesses. Like, she's the only one. Ain't nobody else doing nothing.
Right.
And so yeah, that's just how I feel about, you know, the Basketball Wives. This reunion, I think that this reunion was trash. There's not even a need to have a part 2, because what else is going to come out?
I feel like the first 15 minutes of the Basketball Wives reunion, I feel like that was the best part of the show. Like the drama.
But that was just making me mad.
Yeah, it was draining.
It was too long.
It was draining, but that was just like, you know, for me that was exciting. Oh shit! Like the lead up to the sat on the couch, and then I'm trying to understand, what was Jackie obsessed with?
That was the longest intro into a reunion I've ever seen.
I don't want Jackie to dig in the Phoebe ass, but she didn't have that same energy that she had the last episode.
Because Jackie just, you know, I don't know. I think Jackie got 2 personalities, if you ask me.
Of course she do.
2 personalities, and...
But imagine the show without her, though. Because she's been on since season 1 of the LA franchise.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't miss none of them. Because I'm not going to watch them. I'm done.
But it's going to be another season.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They already announced it.
But I'm tapped out. I tapped out to this. And then the thing with OG never really said that it's because of my skin color until later. Because she was like, is it because I'm dark? But Mark went to them and said, oh, she said because she's dark skinned. I don't feel like it's because she's dark skinned. I feel like it's because she's not their yes man. She's not afraid to speak her mind to these women. And they don't know how to react to it. It doesn't have anything to do with the skin color. And I don't feel like she's aggressive. Like she said, like when she had her moments when she's aggressive, when she used to play football, she would take it out on that field. But if she wanted to hurt one of them, she could have.
She was up to good. Right? I just can't believe Evelyn, her restraining order and her lawsuit, all the fighting and the bottle throwing.
That she does, right.
Jumping over tables and, you know, listen, the first season of Basketball Wives LA, Jennifer and Evelyn chased this lady around Miami, calling her plastic surgery the whole season. And like they tortured this lady. I felt so bad. Like they called her plastic surgery. That was the lady name. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember a lot of stuff from that. Like it was just crazy.
Tammy too. Tammy was a bully. She smacked people, chased people around on resorts, took pocketbooks, and but she's grown. But Tammy's not on the shoulder, and she's not the one trying to play victim. Oh my God, I'm scared. It's so crazy to me to see somebody that's a bully want to now act like, oh, I'm scared. She threatened me. She's taunting me. You never know what she could do.
Yeah. Now I can't picture Tammy being there playing the role that Evelyn is playing right now. I can't picture.
I guess, but the good thing about it is nobody's falling for it.
No.
But Shawnee. Shawnee is the only one that has fallen for it. Fuck her.
Yeah. So that's our thoughts on this Basketball Watch reunion. Don't look for a video for part 2 now unless Mikkel really wants to talk about it. But otherwise, I won't be doing it. And also, make sure you look for the Scorpion Show podcast. It should be available. I'm not sure when this video is uploaded. So if this is up before 12 p.m., if it's up by October 11th before 12, the podcast is already up. If it's after midnight, then it'll be up around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning for your morning drive. We're going to be talking about Kevin Hart. We're going to be talking about T.I. and Iggy Azalea. Oprah said that she doesn't regret getting married.
She doesn't regret not getting married.
Yeah, she doesn't regret not getting married. I keep messing up. Fantasia's album out, and he's a big stand for Fantasia, so we're going to see how he's feeling about her right now.
Fantasia is my number one. If you're asking my top 3, Fantasia, Monica, Keisha Cole.
Oh my God, all ghetto girls.
That scene from the heart, and you can feel what they're going through, you can feel what they're singing about, yep.
And we got Rihanna explaining why she turned down the Super Bowl. And then there's this PDF that was released with Colin Kaepernick, and all his he dispels all his rumors. So we're going to be taking a look at that, and we're going to talk about that and more. So make sure y'all look for the podcast. If you missed previous episodes, they're all there for you to download and to listen for your drive, for your meeting, whatever y'all doing at work. Just turn us on, and we will talk to y'all soon. Peace.